All right, we're doing something new. This is going to be called board to floor. Now, we're going to call it board to floor for this reason. We're going to take a lot of plays that, I wrote up this season as a head coach, and we're going to take it from the board to where you see right now in front of you, the floor. So, cool thing is, you will be able to see every single thing I'm doing right now in terms of board to floor. So, today's action set, more so set and action, right? It's going to be what we call the LA set or LA action. Now, if you want to know why I came up with the term LA, well, it's really just an abbreviated version of UCLA, okay? And you're trying to think about where does this come from? Well, shout out to John Wooden, UCLA Bruins. It's an easy action. It's just a back screen, faking the inside cut, going on the outside, okay? So you get your guys set up on the inside, then you go around the outside, getting a pass opposite of the action, either opposite wing or opposite slot, okay? So even though that's the setup, let's go ahead and just walk through, right? How we get the action initiated. Let's just keep it simple in terms of how we are with our spacing. We're 4 out, 1 in, and within that 4 out, 1 in set, we're gonna have our wings in the corners, okay, in line with the box. We're gonna keep our 5 man right behind the backboard and either dunk man or short corners up to you. For spacing purposes, I like to keep in the short corner. All right, so our 5 man is here. 5 man, okay. 5 man is always opposite of ball. So ball's right here in your one guard's hand, and your two guards here. So this is how we're set up right now with the action. We always start off LA what we call a ASA, a pipe dribble. Okay. Now, if you're thinking what that is very simple. It's a dribble at into a shallow cut. So ball handler dribble at towards the opposite guard. Opposite guard is going to shallow cut under towards the nail and back up. So let's draw it up right quick. So as he's dribbling this way, he's cutting precisely to the nail and back up. And basically just a quick exchange without a ball reversal. So now if you look at it right quick, based upon what just happened, now the ball should be on this side. And now your two guards on that side. Just a quick exchange, but the cool thing about it is that this quick exchange opens up a lot. Here's why: as you're dribbling at, and the defense shifts, especially if they're a gap defense with midline principles and everything of that nature, the defense is going to also shift. So the ball was here, all of these guys on the midline, okay, now our weak side, they're going to rotate. So if your man was a two guards man, okay, and the ball's on that side, you're gonna have to shift. You're gonna have to shift and rotate with your man along this midline. As that happens, your man's guarding you is trying to stay in front. So if you were over here as well on the midline guarding this guy, because the ball's on that side, well, once a two guard moves away, so two guards here, your midline, okay, ball was there. Once the two guard moves here, two guard went over here, the ball came this side. Okay, remember, 1 man was here, 2 man was originally here. As 2 man goes, 1 man goes. This guy that's guarding this guy in the corner is called his X4, O4. Well, he has to sprint back into this gap. Okay. And your 5 man is always opposite the ball, guys. So now he moves opposite short corner. As this happens, this guy rotates off the midline. His defender has to rotate his body the right way. You can just simply turn this corner and get to the basket, or turn the corner. And if this guy that's rotating out wants to X4, if X4 wants to plug, well, you leave the wing open for a shot. But that is why we always use our pipe dribbles for that reason. It's because it's going to open up a lot of action going downhill. So because it's going to open up a lot of action going downhill, this is why the LA action is set up perfectly for this. So Ball's here. Okay. Two man's here. Four's here. Three's here. Okay. Now, on this LA action, here's the difference. Instead of him going from short corner, he's going to move opposite, but sprint right to the elbow. It's a faster cut. So 5-man goes here, and he's right to the elbow. As he goes right to the elbow, your two guard is going to cut in and then come off of that screen. Okay. Screen's being set up here. And he's looking for that right there. He's looking for the backdoor layup every single time. It can be a pocket pass around the defenders or entry pass around the defenders in terms of how that bounce pass should be delivered. But it also can be used as a lob. So enough of that being said, let's just go ahead and take a quick look right here. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at this LA action, everybody. Let me get myself centered. Okay, cool.
Score.
So my guy DJ Strickland's walking. Okay. He's gonna pipe. Okay. With Nathan. Shout out to Nathan. Gonna pipe right here. So now look, as we see, our big man is sprinting right to that elbow, setting that screen. Now, here's the thing. I know with the UCLA screen, you want to set your guy up, right? Inside and go outside. Best thing is your big has to also make sure he sets his angle relevant to you and your defender. In late terms, he got to go put a body on somebody. So your big man has to make sure he's setting a hard screen wide and strong so you can make sure you stick your defender with your move and a little bit of physicality right into the chest of your screener. Okay, so get him in. See, now this is where, like I said, you got to read it. So technically speaking, it's more of a switch, right? It's more of a switch, but DJ's patient. We know that as long as Nathan gets to the basket, that fella right there, that's guarding Big Nate, he can't switch on the guard. He's going to hold his position long enough until his man gets back in front. But here's the issue. When he gives his man the chance to get back in front and he leaves, his man's behind the play. And it's going to lead to a wide open basket. So we'll see it. So now we sneak that ball in. Like I said, you can get it in with a pocket pass or, in terms of the footwork, more of a post entry pass. You're wrapping around that person with that bounce pass. And look what happens. Get the ball into the paint. Pump fake, play for 2 feet. For a pivot around. Off the glass, high window, away from the
layup. And
so that's the UCLA action. And the cool thing about it is it doesn't always have to lead to this. It can lead to also a ball screen situation. So let me go ahead and walk you through that one as well. So after your 5-man sets that back screen, and we're cutting on the inside, faking on the outside, faking inside, cutting outside, we're here. If we don't have anything, what we'll do is we'll come out of here, push a 3-man up to slot, and then replace ourselves back on that same side. So let's split the court in half. Right? Okay. And then left. If I cut from the right slot, I'm going to replace right corner. Everybody got it? So right slot, the right corner. Once you replace yourself to right slot, the right corner, he replaces you where you were originally, right there in the right slot. And then you replace your 3-man right here in the corner as a 2 guard. Here's why. You'll see it as I replace all the arrows. We're going to keep our dribble alive, and then we're going to go to a step-up screen and set this screen. And as we get into the step-up screen, your 4-man in the corner is just reading his defender. And I like to tell guys to shake up out the corner if they see their man trying to tag for 2 reasons. So once this ball screen's set, everybody, I'm not going to show you this action because that's too much of my team being ran. I showed you the original set. I'm showing you the layers of how I can continue through. As we're coming downhill, we're attacking the nail. He's open roll. So quick hit, open roll. Now, four-man's defender, right? He can kind of plug the gap. Here's why. Ball is now going strong side. So if defenders are loaded up, let's just say they're in drop coverage. So X1 is trying to get over. X5 is here protecting both. Now, as he's staying in front of both, the roll might be open. So X4, right? He might want to slide over the tag. But if he tags the roll man that's rolling down to the basket, this also leaves this wide open. However, it all depends on the angle. This angle right now, based upon this arrow I'm going to draw for you, we're rolling down at the 45. So if X4 can rotate here and tag a bit until we get back in front, it's probably a 1 or 2 step closeout, which is pretty easy to do as a defender. But if we shake about this corner, right, we shake about this corner. Now, as we're diving off that 45, well, we're forcing this guy now to commit to somebody. And here's the issue. If he commits up here on the shakeup towards the break or wing, break is around 14 feet out the corner, so right there. So if he commits to me coming up to the break or higher, so this space between the wing and break, well, look at his rotation and look at the distance he has to cover. As the roll is here, he's more so behind the play. If he was more in the corner, he's more so in front of the play and can make something happen. So we shake to do two things. Put X4, or if this defender is in the corner, in a position to create, I can't even say create, but put him in a bind so where we create an advantage. So as we shake up and he's at a bad angle to get back in front to stop that tag, and they're probably an over under drop. I mean, there's probably an over and drop. As his 5-man is guarding the drop coverage and we're attacking, it's really 2-on-1 until X1 gets back in front. So we shake. We now have an empty corner. There's nobody that can tag. If he does want to tag early, well, we just simply attack the guy that's trying to tag the 5-man, and we hit the shake the guy right here, lifting out the corner. And so that should be a wide open 3. So off of this action right here, as we continue the set, we don't have the back doors to step up screen into the slot. As we go off downhill, corner guy, weak side, he shakes up. And as he shakes up, we're putting this bottom corner guy in a position to either tag the roller or go back on the shake guy. If he goes to the shake guy, the roller should be open, right? That's if this 5-man's in drop, guarding me tight. If he's guarding more of the roller and waiting for him to get back in front, as a ball handler, you got the mid-range open, or even better, you probably have a floater or a layup if you're athletic enough. And then if X1, the ball handler's defender, gets back in front and they're in drop, right? Here's the thing. It can be a pocket pass to the roll if the roll man sees it. If he sees they're in drop and the pocket pass is open as he's getting back in front, I'll clean this clutter up. And we're still shaking. So 5-man should be here. X5 is here. I'm attacking. Here's a 1-man. X1's on my back. I'm probably in hostage. We can pocket pass to him, and he can just rip the ball off the pocket pass and attack. So you can dive roll hard with his open roll position. And we say open roll, we're not going to pivot. We're just simply opening up our body, chest to the ball, looking for a pocket pass or lob. Now, that's really how we can get a lot of stuff done out of UCLA. I mean, not UCLA, but LA, the LA action. And last but not least, here's one that happens a lot. I'm not going to show that either. Trust me, I'm just not. I want to show you the base and then the variations with the board. So as this action is happening, even though we need to shake the screen at the elbow, we can always set it higher if need be. If these defenders want to like double up or talk and, all that other stuff, ball's still here. X1's here. Guess what? There's only one defender left on the midline if they're that disciplined, There's only one guy there, maybe one guy in the gap if they're disciplined. But a lot of teams are not that disciplined. This guy's usually outside the paint. This guy's just like hugging his man. So look at this action here. As these guys are trying to worry about what's going on and talking on the back screen, man, it's a blow by to a wide open layup every single time. So that's what we do with that set. We get a lot of good action out of it. We get the back door, we get the ball screen action into a wide open uh, lane attack through the channel. Channel mean key lines and top of the key. So we get a wide open attack through the channel. And if anything, if we don't even have to get to the ball screen, if they're trying to double, switch, talk, whatever, it's just a blow by. And this action works so much. And it helps us set up into our Princeton series as well. And I'll show you a quick example how. So after this action is done, right? The only difference is this. So your 5 man's here, right? 3 man's up here. Your 2 man's here. 1 is here. Okay. And your 4 man. So you're thinking like, how do we get into point, chin, Princeton, whatever you want to call it, with this type of slot spacing? Well, it's still 4 out 1 in. Even though we don't have guys as high as most chin or Princeton sets, we can still run it from here. So the ball's still here. All we're trying to do is overload one side. So we already did everything on the right side. We want to reverse the ball now. We'll initiate the ball into the post there. So we'll have the ball be initiated there. And then all we're doing is just simply coming off of it. Okay. So ball's now here. We're just trying to hand off right here at the pinch or at the elbow with the 3 man, right? If nothing happens right there, it just leads to us overloading one side. So now 4 lifts up. Here, 3 clears over. So now 4 is here. Now we're overloaded. We got nothing off of that quick action. All we're going to simply do is just dribble up, place ourselves there. And all we're trying to do right now is just split the post with these guys set up in wing slot corner. So now ball's there. 3's here. 4 is here. 3 is here. So all we're trying to do now is just simply split the post. Post man is here. It all depends on how you want to split it. Honestly, you don't have to make it complicated. All I like to do with my guys is just simply set an away screen. So 4 set an away screen for 1. He comes off, and then he dives off of that, and then he comes off, and then if nothing happens, quick exchange, he will come down, he'll come off the exchange for a handoff, and then now we're attacking back to the right side. So that's how we sometimes get into it, if need be. Usually, that's not really how you run your Princeton. You already have the ball on one side overloaded through the back screen, and then they overload through the back screen, and you go back to that side. But that's how we like to flow into it sometimes. It just allows us to get some more action, and it gives your 5 man ability because you can have a keep action right here. You can have a keep action as you're dribbling over, and as the action is overloaded that side, and they know that these guys are going to set up screens for each other. You can just simply turn that corner. It's only one defender left over here, and he has all that. Turns to ISO. Or you can keep it on this side and still attack, because like I said, it turns to ISO. So it can also lead to a clear out for your 5 man to attack from the elbow. But that's really it, more so in terms of what UCLA is. This is Board the Floor, episode 1. Episode 2, we'll go over our series, what we call 5 or horns. We'll show you guys that. So thank you so much. My name is Coach Sean Davy, Action Sports Academy, and we are here as a postgraduate institute to help all unsigned seniors to get to college. We have a track record of over 85% of our teams each year have a collegiate scholarship players. So if you need anything in terms of experienced coaches, qualified coaches, and more importantly, coaches that can teach and develop you the right way, please come to us. Thank you so much.